My new favorite weeknight meal is for these chicken and shiitake larb lettuce cups. And first, I do a quick pickled red onion. It's even quicker than the ones I made for the Vietnamese-ish salmon. And I just thinly slice half of a red onion, and I'm going to put all of those in a small bowl. And I like to use coconut vinegar to cover these. And I don't have them like completely soaking in the vinegar, but I like to make sure that they're at least decently coated in them. And then I'm going to put that in the fridge to refrigerate while I make the rest of the ingredients. So I've added avocado oil, 2 tablespoons, to a large cast iron skillet, as well as 1 pound of ground chicken. And I'm going to add in 12 to 14 shiitake mushrooms that I'm slicing into about 1/4 inch thick slices. If you do not like mushrooms, feel free to just double up the amount of ground chicken that you use. So you'd use 2 pounds of ground chicken. If you do not eat meat, then you can double the amount of shiitakes that you use. And then you'd be using 24 to 28 shiitakes. So I am stirring that to coat in the avocado oil, adding 1 teaspoon of fine sea salt, which is going to help really release a lot of moisture from those mushrooms and cook them down a little more quickly. And then 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. And I've stirred that up, and I am slicing 4 cloves of garlic really thinly. And I have about a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger here that I'm peeling, and I'm going to finely chop this before adding that in as well. And once that is in my chicken and shiitake mixture, I'm going to give it a good stir, and I'm going to pour in some coconut aminos. You can also use liquid aminos or tamari here. I have 6 tablespoons of coconut aminos, and then 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar, or you can use a date sugar. And I'm stirring that all in. And again, this is going to really help create great flavor and help the cooking process of those shiitake mushrooms and the chicken. So while that cooks, this is optional, but I like to add in a serrano pepper, or you can use a Fresno chili or a small jalapeno. And I'm leaving the seeds in because we don't mind a little bit of heat, but this would be too spicy for kids. And I'm finely chopping that and adding that in. If you don't want any heat in this, you can skip that step altogether. Or if you don't have fresh chilies, you can absolutely use red chili pepper flakes as well. And then I have 6 green onions here that I'm going to thinly slice until I get through that light green part. And I'm stirring that in. I'm going to let that cook for about another minute. So while that finishes cooking, I'm going to take my fresh cilantro and my fresh mint and roughly chop it. And this is for serving and optional, but I like to use both. And then I have 3 lettuce cups, if you will. I have romaine here. My preference is butter lettuce, but I couldn't find it today, so I'm using romaine, and I'm spooning a little bit of the chicken and shiitake larb inside. And then I'm going to add some of that fresh mint and fresh cilantro, and those onions from the fridge. I'm going to pull them out and add a few on top of each. And I also like to use fresh lime with this, and I like to serve it with lime wedges. So I'm adding those onions on, and then I'm going to take one of those lime wedges and squeeze it over the top. And I like to serve these right away. This serves about 2 to 4 people, and I hope you'll enjoy.